This is Georgia Bulldogs football on the Superstations.
Between the hedges and across the state, this is where the dogs play.
Man, if there's going to be some property destroyed tonight.
I want us to go out and execute, do the things we got to do, play to our standard, and go play fast.
Dogs on top.
15-0. The Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national title.
A battle of college football blue bloods.
This is a big one. This is two of the premier programs in the country, top 10 matchup. It's what you come to Georgia for, and I got a lot of respect for Sark, the job they've done, the team he's assembled. He's got a lot of talent. It's a great matchup.
Give it to Nate. He runs to the right. Big hole. Nate, he stumbles at the 50, keeps his feet 40, 30, sideline. Foot race to the end zone. They miss a tackle at the 10, and Frazier's gone.
Georgia, Texas.
To have two teams like this, it's going to be awesome.
Live from Sanford Stadium, this is Georgia football.
From Dooley Field at Sanford Stadium, let's get it on.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to play-by-play coverage of Georgia football. Bulldogs football is brought to you by Zaxby's, Who's Got the Sauce? Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Pruitt Health, family makes us stronger. Hoffman Financial Group, helping build your financial dynasty. Modelo Especial, the official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. For 21 and up only, please drink responsibly. By Barbasol, America's #1 shaving cream. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. Sponsored by Aetna Medicare. Medicare annual enrollment ends December 7th. And by Southeast Mortgage, the official home loan lender of the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, to the Piedmont Healthcare broadcast booth, alongside former Bulldog Josh Brock. Here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Welcome back. Less than 5 minutes from kick, and we'll have the coin toss in just a moment. We'll go down to Shock on the field momentarily. Let's run through folks we expect to see on offense tonight for the Bulldogs. Drew Bobo, one of the captains tonight, a junior center from Athens, 6'5", 305. Dontrell Glover at guard, a freshman from Fairburn, Georgia, 6'3" and 320. Micah Morris, a guard, senior from Kingsland, Georgia, 6'4" and 330. Monroe Freeling, a junior tackle from Charleston, South Carolina, 6'7", 315. Ernest Green, a tackle, junior, 6'4" and 320. He is from Los Angeles, California. Gunnar Stockton, the quarterback. Oscar Delp and Lawson Lucky, who's been cleared. The tight ends. Zachariah Branch, Noah Thomas, the receivers, along with Dylan Bell. The running backs, Nate Frazier, Chauncey Bowens, and many, many more. All right, let's go down to the field for tonight's coin toss, brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. Shot down to you.
Guys, I have an SEC coin here. This is heads. This is tails. I will flip it and let it fall to the ground. Texas, what's your call? Tails has been called. Here we go, gentlemen. It is heads. You've won the toss. You want to defer.
All right, Dogs want to toss. They're going to defer. Obviously, that means defense on the field first. And, fellas, the message this entire week has been about down and dirty. So you can imagine the type of things that were talked about in the locker room before they coming out of being down and dirty. But the main thing Coach said is, hey, you earned the opportunity to be here. You earned the opportunity for this type of ball game. But guess what? Today is when you're going to earn it, but you bring it home to back. Got a great crowd, got a great environment, but let's go get down and dirty on both sides of the ball and beat a more physical team on both sides.
All right, Shock, thanks very much. Down and dirty it shall be, as Georgia is on the near sideline. Texas coming out of the east end zone locker room, trotting onto the field. They'll be all in white tonight, jerseys, pants, and helmets. Georgia in the red jerseys, silver breeches, and red hats. We are about a minute and a half away from teeing it up between the hedges. The opening kickoff powered by Georgia Power. Georgia Power, we're here for the win. Georgia Power is here for you. Our referee tonight, Kyle Olson. We heard him on the coin toss just moments ago. The officials head to their designated points here, getting ready for the opening kickoff. Let's go back down to Shock on the field for the field conditions report, brought to you by Greenpoint Ag, farmer-owned, locally focused. We are Greenpoint Ag. And from here, Shock, the turf looks absolutely stupendous. I know you talked with Josh a little bit earlier today about the field conditions, but give us the skinny one more time. What is it like down there on the field?
Yeah, I mean, this is pristine. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's really prime out here. I mean, it looks fast. It looks as good as it looks on TV, and it looks as good as it does up there, I know. Couple spots here and there, but that just comes from guys running and cutting hard on it. But this is going to be a great service, great environment, and should be a lot of action between these white lines today. Somebody told me that since you're on the sidelines, they're going to give you a bag of sand to try to fill in some of the divots. Is there any truth to that? The more you can do, Scott, the more you can do. That's right. Make yourself versatile. All right, Shock, thanks very much. Shock with us all night long on the Attorney Ken Nugent sidelines. We'll be checking in with him as we get underway here from the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. We are ready for action. And Josh Brock, this one has been a long time in coming as Georgia gets ready to kick it off.
This one's been circled on the calendar for a lot of reasons, not the least of which the fact that this is the Longhorns' first visit between the hedges. But more importantly, because, boys, playoff supremacy is on the line tonight. Is this a playoff eliminator? We don't know, but the Dogs need to go take care of business and send the Longhorns packing.
Ryan Niblett, a very dangerous return man, is in the end zone for Texas as Woodring booms his right leg through the ball and sends it through the end zone for a touchback, and we are underway officially now at Sanford Stadium. Texas will have the football first and 10 on their 25-yard line.
This is Georgia Bulldogs football on the Superstations.
Along with Josh Brock, Scott Howard back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth here in Athens, Texas, with a 3-0 lead on the Dogs as we pause for station identification on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
WXKO AM Fort Valley, W226 BZ Macon, W290 BD Montezuma, WCEH FM Pinehurst, WWKM FM Rochelle, the Superstations, a Shanks broadcasting station.
Texas getting set to kick it away to the Dogs. Their scoring drive covered 59 yards in 13 plays in 5 minutes and 31 seconds. 33-yard field goal by Mason Shipley, who will kick it away. Drive summary brought to you by Avocados from Mexico, always good. Shipley approaches from right to left, and he'll angle that kick short. Branch is going to come up and field the ball on the run, but he calls for the fair catch at the 12 or 13-yard line, so that'll be a touchback up to the 25. That's how that works. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore setoyota.com today and take advantage of the deals on our full line of vehicles. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. First and 10, Georgia on the 25-yard line. So Texas cashed in with 3 on their first possession of the game. We shall see how Georgia is able to do. Chauncey Bowens starts in the backfield with Gunnar Stockton, works out of the shotgun. 2 tight ends to the right along with Bell. Snap back to Gunnar, moves the pocket to the right, now cuts back against the grain. They'll wrap him up from behind. Caught by Colin Simmons, who leads the team in sacks. And will get Gunnar behind the line for a 1-yard loss at the 24-yard line as Stockton tried to make his way back towards the middle of the field on that scramble, but didn't get to the line of scrimmage.
See the intent from the first play call. Going to roll Gunnar a good bit tonight. Try to move that pocket to neutralize the pass rush of Texas.
2nd down and 12, they say. Out of the shotgun. Fake it to Bowens. Gunnar going to keep it. He pulls the ball, runs wide to the left, to the sideline, over the 30, over the 40-yard line, and stepped out of bounds where at the 43-yard line. Bowens got blown up because of an excellent fake by Gunnar Stockton, and Gunnar took it and ran towards the Texas sideline up to the 43-yard line for a 19-yard pickup and a Scana Energy first down.
Completely miffed Jelani McDonald, who was in the backfield along with some other mates to blow up that run play, but Gunnar smartly pulled the ball out of Bowen's belly and took off, and that's exactly what we talked about in Napa Tailgate. Get the yardage, get out of bounds.
Stockton closing in on 400 yards rushing this season. Goes under center, comes out, quick throw down the right side to Zachariah Branch, and he's covered up by 3, maybe 4 white-shirted defenders after he caught the football just across the 45-yard line. The first guy to hit him was the cornerback, Jalen Gilbo, a senior from Port Arthur, Texas. They put it down on the 46-yard line, so we got 3 on that throw to the right side of the field towards the Georgia sideline. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Dogs. We approach 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Cash Jones in the game now. He motions out of the backfield wide to the left. Empty set for the Dogs. 2 receivers to the right and 3 to the left, although the tight end is in tight. Now Branch goes in motion to the left side. That's where Gunner's looking. Now he'll throw, finds the man open, and that is Humphreys, open in Texas territory at the 35, and he'll get 6 more after the catch to the 29 before Malik Muhammad, the corner, makes the tackle, but not before London Humphreys picks up the Scana Energy first down.
Man, great route from London that time. Went and stood on the safety's toes. He ran full tilt at the safety and froze him. That's what they call standing on his toes, and then breaks out just inside the numbers and settles in that zone. Good route, good completion for the Dogs.
25-yard pickup for the Dogs. 1st and 10, Georgia. Texas with a 7-0 lead. Gunner rifles one out to Branch down the line to the left, and he's going to be hit maybe behind the line and driven into the sidelines on the Texas side of the field. And he lost about a half a yard. Malik Muhammad, the cornerback again, junior from DeSoto, Texas, driving Branch into the boundary on that far side of the field. No gain and maybe lost a couple of inches.
Those boundary throws, call them extended handoffs, call them whatever you want. Scott, look for the pump fade off of that because Gunner hit Zach on the sideline. Not a single safety in the middle of the field was covering Dylan Bell. Look for the pump fade to come back across the middle later.
2nd and 10 for the Dogs in Texas territory. Play fake. Gunner with pressure throws it towards the sideline to Bowens. Out of the backfield, he had one-on-one coverage with Michael Taft, the safety, and the pass is incomplete down around the Texas 10-yard line on the far sideline.
Hero Kanu in Stockton's face, made him throw the ball probably a little sooner than he wanted to. Had the wheel route open, just had to get rid of it a little too soon.
Yeah, Kanu at 6'5" and 299 from Germany. Yeah, he had his arms up high when he was rushing in on the passer. I don't see how Gunner saw anything around him to try to throw that football. 3rd down and 10 for the Dogs. Ball's on the far hash. Dogs in red and silver moving to the right. Snap it back. Gunner will fire to the near sideline, and it's caught. Dylan Bell, he tiptoes out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. The catch is made at the 18, it looks like. Muhammad was in coverage, but Dylan Bell, 11-yard gain and a first down for the Dogs as they move inside the Massey Ferguson red zone for the first time in the game. Massey Ferguson, born to farm, built to perform. Dogs on the Texas 18. Trailing 3-0, 5 minutes and change to go in the first quarter. Split backfield, Bowens left, Branch right, play fake. Gunner will throw, dumps it to Branch over the line of scrimmage, makes one man miss, and then 2 or 3 Texas defenders catch up to Zachariah at about the 17-yard line. Wasn't much of a gain, but Zachariah got to show his fancy moves between the hash marks that time by making that first guy miss badly.
I think he got him right inside the collar. You hear the Georgia fans booing, thinking that could have been face mask or a horse collar, but he got him right on the front side of the collar. Kanu grabbed a hold of him, and when a guy that's 6'5", 300 grabs a hold of 5'10", 180, he's going to
win. You're right. Bell in motion left, Stockton under center, play fake and a bootleg right, throws towards the end zone, caught! Touchdown, Noah Thomas! Oh, the former Texas A&M Aggie says, in your face, Longhorns.
Absolutely, Scott. And it's a beautiful play design from Coach Bobo last week. That throw went to Oscar Delp. Oscar Delp's the one that scored. Texas reads that, blows Oscar up at the line. But who's dragging across the backside of that formation in the end zone? Noah Thomas. Last week was his breakout game, Scott. That kid's going to come on strong as this season goes.
3rd touchdown catch of the year for the former Aggie. And that touchdown catch of 17 yards puts the Dogs in the lead here with 4:12 to go in the first quarter. Peyton Woodring to try the point after in the east end zone. Snap back, hold by Gunner, kick by Peyton, and it is good. Woodring still perfect 155 consecutive extra points for the junior from Lafayette, Louisiana. That Georgia touchdown brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. 7-3, Dogs in front of Texas here, getting a little late in the first quarter. We've got a timeout here at Sanford Stadium. Our first half presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck, there's only one call, that's all. CallKen.com, the website. 7-3, Dogs in front on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Allow Texas to get down the field. The Dogs are going to get this ball back offensively with great starting field position.
Jack Bowmeister, transfer from Michigan State from Australia, senior, will punt it away for Texas. Zachariah Branch calls for the fair catch, and he'll go to the turf to make it at the 34-yard line. Caught it between the hash marks, had to go down on his knees to make sure he didn't muff that punt. 40-yard punt by Texas. Georgia football, 1st and 10 on our 34-yard line. The Dogs lead it 7-3 with 2:21 to go in the first quarter.
Now offensively for the Dogs, it's important to take Texas's inefficiency and the way that they get sluggish sometimes and throw away drives offensively. We have to capitalize on that like this is a turnover. It's important to go put 7 on the board here to put the Longhorns even more so behind the sticks.
We slide a tight end in motion, hand it off to Bowens. He's got a big hole. Chauncey lowers the shoulder, drives over the 40 to the 43-yard line. Jelani McDonald, the safety, and Michael Taff in the secondary make the hit for Texas, but Bowens with a big burst got 9 to the 43. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Ernest Green, good down block. Good job by Glover coming around, getting a guy. Also, too, Oscar Delp picking up a guy, giving plenty of space for Bowens to take off.
This time Stockton will go under center. Drew Bobo to snap it, and Gunner will give it to Bowens again. He's got space on the left side of the center, and Bobo out there leading the charge with Gaston and Glover and Monroe Freeling, and they push the ball to midfield up on the 50, pick up a Scana Energy first down with a 7-yard gain.
Put them on skates, boys. That offensive line just absolutely, they need to charge a ride for that push they just had.
There will be a fee. Back into the shotgun now. We move 2 tight ends to the left, Elias Williams and Oscar Delp. And now Gunner will walk up under center. So Bowens in the backfield, the lone setback, 2 receivers to the right. Play fake and a bootleg to the right. Dump it ahead to the tight end Delp, caught in Texas territory. Just across midfield, they'll drag him down from behind at the 45-yard line. The linebacker Anthony Hill caught up to Oscar Delp. Where will they spot the ball down? They put it at the 44-yard line, so he picked up 6. Dogs in Longhorn territory, 2nd and 4. Stockton this time works out of the shotgun. Fakes the snap count, then looks to the sideline, and we move guys around. Delp and Humphreys stack up to the right side. Receivers close to the sideline. Bowens in the backfield with Gunner. Snap it back, quick play fake, and he fires to Noah Thomas on the far side. They grab his leg at the 40 and hang on for dear life, and they get Thomas down as he falls forward to the 38-yard line. Cade Phillips was the guy hanging on as Thomas was trying to pull away, but at the 38, he picks up 6 and a first down.
Scott, that's tremendous growth from Gunner Stockton earlier this season. He wouldn't have made that play. He just took the small play, right? Let's take the 3 yards and let's get the first down. He read one-on-one coverage to the left side with Noah Thomas. Throw it out there, see if your guy can make a man miss.
That's going to be the final play of the quarter, Josh, as we go to 0 after 15 minutes. And a good quarter it was for the Dogs, and they're on the move again. Georgia leads Texas 7-3 as we get ready for quarter number 2 here in Athens tonight. Our first half is presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck, there's only one call, that's all. CallKen.com is the website. Second quarter on the way with the Dogs leading the Longhorns 7-3 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This is Georgia Bulldogs football on the Superstations.
Back with you inside the Piedmont Healthcare Radio booth here at Sanford Stadium, ready for quarter number 2. Let's recap the first for you. Presented by Ag South, Ag Georgia, and Southwest Georgia Farm Credit, loans for land and farms. Georgia with 103 yards of offense, Texas with 70 after 1 quarter of play. Gunner Stockton was rock solid, 8 of 9 for 69 yards and a touchdown to Noah Thomas on a 17-yard catch. Arch Manning 6 out of 7 in the first quarter for 35 yards, and they have a Mason Shipley field goal to be happy about. And that's where we stand as we go to quarter number 2. Dogs on the move and leading 7-3. Be 1st and 10 Georgia on the Texas 38-yard line. Now the guys in red and silver will change ends and start to drive towards the west end zone. 1st and 10, Nate Frazier in the game now. Heck of a game last week at Starkville in Mississippi State. 181 yards, a career best running the football. Pump fake Gunner. Pressure from his right side. He throws it to Branch, who makes the catch at the 28, curls around. Branch 20, Branch 15, Branch 10, and they grab him around the legs in the secondary, tackle him at the 8. He ran away from Jelani McDonald and the safety, Michael Taff, and they caught him downfield, but not before he got a scan of energy first down inside the Massey Ferguson red zone. Goal to go at the 8-yard line, a 30-yard pickup.
Well, we know Zachariah Branch is fast, but, man, he absolutely stomped on the gas pedal and ran away from 2 Longhorn defenders. But also, too, Noah Thomas downfield blocking, allowing that 10 more yards on that explosive play.
He was turbo on that one. Goal to go at the Texas 8. Dogs lead at 7-3. Stockton with time in the pocket, throws for the near corner, and incomplete, going for Lucky. Flag down at the 4.
I have holding on the secondary of Texas. Lawson with just a super precise route. Glad to see him back after getting knocked out going across the middle of the field last week.
Holding, defense, number 0. Out the distance of the goal. Automatic first down.
Credit Mike Bobo. Put number 0 in coverage, Anthony Hill. That takes him out of the rush. Make him go cover. He grabbed a hold of Lawson Lucky. Otherwise, that would have been a touchdown for the Dogs.
Yeah, he's one of Texas' top pass rushers, along with Simmons, Colin Simmons, and got flagged for holding that time. So it's 1st and goal, half the distance. Ball will be on the Texas 4-yard line. Far hash moving to the left. The Dogs sniffing the end zone here, leading at 7-3. Everybody in tight. Short toss sweep to Frazier. Bounces off one man. Gets to the corner. Runs out of real estate as he turns the corner at the 5. And let's see where they mark him out on the far side. Hill, the linebacker, and LaFau, a middle linebacker, on the stop. Gets just inside the 4. Got about a half a yard to the 3.5. And now Frazier will come out of the ball game. And I think it's Bowens that checked back in. It was. So goal to go. 2nd and goal for the Dogs on the Texas 3.5. Thomas, the receiver, to the right, and Bell wide to the left. Lucky in motion to the right. 2 tight ends on the left edge, actually. Handoff Bowens. Dances in the backfield, sticks his head in there in that line of scrimmage, and Texas going to shove him back at the 4. No gain on the play, maybe lost a couple of inches. I think you got to get a better head of steam with that when you're at that position. When you say, Josh, instead of kind of darting side to side in the backfield, when you get the football, you got to be running straight ahead.
Texas had a run blitz on. You had 44 Travis Shaw in the middle of that defensive front, do some damage, collect 2 of our guys, which allowed Anthony Hill to run free.
3rd and goal, just inside the 4. Back to pass. Stockton out of the shotgun, slings it, caught, touchdown number 2. In your face again, says Noah Thomas, the former Texas A&M Aggie. Touchdown in the right corner, just beyond the front right pylon.
Gunner Stockton's decisiveness on that one, boys, when he let it go, that was a Nolan Ryan fastball to the pylon on the far side. Decisive throw. Don't look now, Noah Thomas is emerging as a big-time threat for this Georgia offense.
Had single man coverage on the far side, and as you said, Josh, Gunner had some juice on that one. A little sidearm slinger into the right corner for Gunner Stockton. Point after try by Peyton Woodring as the smoke drifts overhead from the fireworks following the touchdown. The extra point is up and good. And that's another Georgia touchdown brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia with a 14-3 lead. We got a timeout here in Athens. Our first half tonight is presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured? You know who to call. There's only one. One call. CallKen.com, the website. Dogs 14, Longhorns 3 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Back with you in the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. Georgia football brought to you in part by Modelo, official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. Grab a refreshing Modelo Especial brewed for full-time Bulldogs fans. For 21 and up only, please drink responsibly. 5:27 remaining third quarter. Georgia 14, Texas 10. Arch Manning with his 19th TD pass of the year just moments ago to Ryan Wingo, caught his 6th touchdown catch of the season. That was his 8th catch tonight, 8 receptions. He dropped a couple early. Here's Branch on the kickoff return, and he will bounce out the outside the numbers towards the Texas sideline before he's gathered in by the Longhorns kick coverage team, and they'll spot him around the 28, 30-yard line. Let's see after everybody unpiles from that sideline.
He also just got whacked upside the head by somebody on the Texas sideline with no flag.
27-yard line is where Georgia will start. 14-10. Plenty of defense since that first quarter. The Dogs scored on their first 2 possessions. They haven't really sniffed it since. Play fake. Gunner hit as he throws. He dumps it quickly to the right side to Oscar Delp. He was almost horizontal when he threw that football. He was being hit so quickly. Delp made the catch, and the tackle made at the 34-yard line. A quick 7-yard gain. Jelani McDonald, the safety, made the stop on Oscar Delp.
You see jump passes to get the ball up and over the line, not to avoid getting smoked by a linebacker rushing on you so quickly.
Frazier in the backfield with Gunner. Branch in motion to the right. Now reverse motion around the backside of the quarterback. Handed off to Frazier. Little window dressing there. Texas doesn't bite. Ball came out. They jump on it, but they say Frazier was down at the 34.5-yard line. Not much of a gain there on the run by Frazier. Georgia unable to move the ball with any consistency tonight on the ground. Just 57 yards rushing. Texas has less than half that. They've only rushed for 23 yards tonight. Each team has a turnover. Texas has points after the turnover. Georgia does not. 3rd and 3 for the Dogs on our 34-yard line. Moving right to left. Cash Jones in the backfield with Gunner. Snap it back in the shotgun. Throws it to Cash right flat. Caught in stride at the 30. Angles towards the first down marker. I think he's going to be a little bit short as he is forced into the boundary on the Texas sideline. He's out of bounds at the 30, just beyond the 36-yard line. So he only got a couple. Yeah, he's short. 4th down and a yard or maybe less. Too risky to go for it, apparently. Crowd doesn't really like it, but we sent on the punt unit with Brett Thorson. Cash chased out of bounds just shy of the first down marker. It's less than a yard the way they're spotting it on the far sideline.
Yeah, that's the difference. That the ball was in the other hand, Scott, it's a first down.
Now timeout.
Either that or a buzz down from the replay booth next door.
Yep. Line judge talking to the referee, Kyle Olson. And they're talking with, I think, Kirby Smart. Let's see what Mr. Olson has to say.
Ruling on the field of the runner being short of the line to gain is under video review.
That could be a good thing. We shall see.
And as we begin to see the replay on our boards, hopefully here in just a minute, it's literally going to be the difference between where the ball was. If the ball was in the upfield arm or shoulder, it's a first down. But because it was in his right arm, which was the downfield hand for Cash Jones as he was going out of bounds, that spot's going to stand. That's not going to be a first down.
Watch this angle, if that helps any.
It's going to be tough.
The play is under review, brought to you by Pruitt Health, where family makes us stronger. Proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah, the call on the field is that he was short of the first down. So they have to have the conclusive video evidence that it's something different than that.
Well, and that's one of those situations, too, where you wish your
Your running back, Cash Jones, has got a tremendous amount of experience. Lower the shoulder, you know. Put your shoulder down and try to get that first down. This is a very key point. It's been punt, interception.
After video review, the ruling on the field is upheld.
Yeah.
It's fourth down.
I mean, he was short.
Oh, they're bringing Thorson off the field now. The offense is going back out there. Fourth and less than a yard. On the Dogs' 36-yard line, ball's on the far hash. Offense is huddling up.
All right, no aggressive clapping penalties here from Gunner. Well, this is a manhood test right here, too, for your guys up front. You've been getting beat all night long up front. Can you get a half a yard?
McCray's in the backfield, and Bowens is as well. The offense shifts, overload the right side. Gunner goes under center. Play fake, dump it to Bowens in the right flat. He got the first down on the short pass to Bowens, and he's tackled at the 46-yard line. How about that play?
Deep in the bag of tricks, Coach Bobo there. You line up Monroe Freeling, keep his hand off the ground so you could motion him over to heavy set the right side of the offensive line. Tons of backfield action, thinking you're going to give it to your short yardage back, McCray. Nope. Throw it to Chauncey Bowens out of the backfield.
LaFowl made the tackle. It's a Scana Energy first down and a big one on fourth down for the Dogs. 1st and 10 at our 46. The possession continues. Now we hand it off to Bowens, and not much running room there on the left side of the line of scrimmage. A little tussling as they unpile everyone, and Bowens gets off the bottom. Ty Anthony Smith, the sophomore linebacker, the first to make contact with the Georgia running back. Clock ticking down towards 2 minutes here in the third quarter. Georgia with a 14-10 lead. Dogs haven't scored in a while.
The speed of Texas's defensive front, Scott. Yeah, the speed of Texas' defensive front, Scott, is just killing us up front.
Gunner with a pump fake. Now pulls it down, steps up in the pocket, and knows he's about to get sacked, which he does. At the 43-yard line, that's Smith again, the linebacker. Loss on the play of 3 yards back to the 43-yard line. Looks more like it. Ball's between the hash marks. Now it's third down and long. Dogs behind the sticks. It's 3rd and 14. Cash Jones in the backfield with Gunner. Snap back. Gunner in the pocket. Bounces. Now throws it out right side to Cash Jones. He got a block initially, and this time he does dive sideline for the first down marker. I think he's going to come up short. He stepped back upfield, stepped out of bounds, back up the Texas 49-yard line. It's going to be about 5 yards short. The foot caught the chalk on the far sideline. He was still running and dove out of bounds trying to get to that first down marker. Dogs with their offense still on the field on 4th and 5. They snap it and flags down. Gunner may have a free play, throws it far sideline and incomplete, and there's another flag. Noah Thomas interfered with by the Texas defensive back apparently. 2 flags on the play, both fouls may be on Texas.
It was great execution. Gunner got to the line of scrimmage, got his guys up there in a hurry and started clapping his hands aggressively. Thankfully, no penalty there. Got Colin Simmons to jump off sides, and there was your free play, and got pass interference out of it, too.
Here's Kyle Olson, the referee.
There is no foul for defensive pass interference. However, defense was offside. Number 1 in the neutral zone at the time of the snap. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Zion Branch's pass interference was actually pass interference. I don't know what that was. My goodness.
Dogs get a Scana Energy first down via the penalty that time, the 5-yarder. They waved off any defensive pass interference, as you heard the referee, Mr. Olson. Dogs ready to go. Gunner's under center. Stretch handoff. Frazier running behind blocking. Down the hash. Stumbles at the 40. He had a man hanging onto his legs. He kept a hand on the ground and kept churning. And they finally blow the play dead at the 37-yard line. 7-yard run for Frazier. And the last 3 or 4 yards with a guy grabbing him around the leg, and he just pulled him for 7 yards. Second down and 3.
All him. That's why they do those sled runs in the summertime.
Less than 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Now the umpire will come in and stop play for a moment. And let's see what's happening.
Timeout on the field for a medical stoppage.
For who?
Yeah, it's not sure. One of the secondary guys for Texas. Jelani McDonald.
He was slow to get up. I know he and Nate met each other very hard in the hole, but I'm not sure. He didn't make his way off the field. They must have noticed something with the way he was wobbling a little bit to stop the play like that.
He jogged off after medical personnel came out onto the field and escorted him to the sideline, so he's out of the game.
Oh, yeah, friendly fire on the previous play. We just watched the replay on the monitor in our booth here. Just got smoked by his teammate.
Georgia ball on the Texas 37. And second down and 3 coming up, and Georgia may not snap it again and let the third quarter run out. Less than 10 seconds remaining, and that's what they'll do. 4 fingers in the air for the Dogs here on a home field. Third quarter comes to an end. Georgia 14, Texas 10. And the Dogs might be on the move, you could say. Fourth quarter right around the corner. Our second half tonight brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. 15 minutes to go in Athens. Dogs lead the Longhorns by 4. Georgia 14, Texas 10 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Back at the Piedmont Healthcare Radio booth, getting ready for the fourth quarter. Our third quarter recap is presented by Ag South, Ag Georgia, and Southwest Georgia Farm Credit, loans for land and farms. Texas had the only points of the quarter. 7-yard touchdown pass from Arch Manning to Ryan Wingo. And Georgia did not score in the quarter. Texas with 57 yards of offense, Georgia with only 42. Dogs only rushed for 4 yards in that third quarter. And you think, that's not real good. But Texas had -7 on the ground. They did have the interception that they turned into points. Georgia still leads 14-10 as we move ahead into the final 15 minutes. Gunnar Stockton tonight, 20 for 25, 177, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Arch Manning, similar numbers, 20 for 28, 187, a touchdown and an interception. Dogs with the ball, second down and 3 coming up for Georgia on the Texas 37-yard line. 15 minutes to decide the winner. Dogs huddle. Chauncey Bowens, the lone setback. Gunnar goes under center. Dogs moving left to right now. Fake the jet sweep to Bell, throw it to Bowens out of the backfield, caught at the 36 on the near sideline, and he'll get about 5 more yards after the catch before Texas bumps him into the boundary with the safety Michael Taff at the 30-yard line. He got 7. Scana Energy first down for the Dogs. We move the sticks. Frazier checks back in the backfield now for the Dogs from the Texas 30-yard line. Noah Thomas moves to the left side, wide out to the left, Branch in the slot to that side, 2 receivers tight to the right. Stockton out of the shotgun, snap it back to Gunnar, fakes the pitch, stands in the pocket, throws wide open. Humphreys caught at the 8, into the end zone, touchdown London Humphreys. And he just spiked the crap out of the ball. I hope they don't flag him for that.
I don't know if you can get a celebration penalty anymore in college football, but hey, man, great play design that time. Streaked right up the seam from London Humphreys. Good ball from Gunnar, a little off target, but London made him cash in. Great catch, control with the body.
30-yard touchdown throw, Stockton to Humphreys. And Georgia livens up the Sanford Stadium crowd here in the first minute of the fourth quarter. Peyton Woodring to try the point-after attempt. Will kick it into the east end zone. Snap, hold by Gunnar. Kick is away. High and good up between the pipes. Dogs 21, Texas 10. That Georgia touchdown brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. Dogs scoring drive, 10 plays, 73 yards, and 6:01, the final 30 of it, on a hookup from Gunner to London Humphreys. And the drive summary is brought to you by Avocados from Mexico, always good. Gunner Stockton now with 3 touchdown passes tonight, and he's got 18 for the year. And for London Humphreys, that is his 3rd touchdown reception of the season, his 2nd catch of the night. Boy, it's good to see us get back in the end zone. It had been a while. It was punt, 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 interception since those early scores in the first and the early minute of the second quarter.
Well, and 2 4th-down gambles. I mean, you roll out and get the ball to the running back in the flat, and then, of course, you'd line up quickly and draw them off sides and get the free play.
Woodring to kick it away from left to right. Niblett in the end zone, and we squib it. Onside kick. Onside, recovered by the Dogs. Recovered by the Dogs at the 47-yard line. Caught it off the bounce. Cash Jones. Wow, how about that one? Who saw that coming?
Nobody. Catch them sleeping. That front line of Texas kickoff return had no clue.
It's a kickoff. It's recovered by the kicking team. 1st down, Georgia.
Dogs will try to get a 2-for-1 here, a back-to-back possessions on the onside kick. Executed perfectly by Peyton Woodring, high off the bounce. Cash Jones caught it on the run at the 47-yard line. He could have run all day if you were allowed to do that, but look at the Georgia sideline now erupting after that play was successful. And then look at the Texas sideline and Steve Sarkisian just disgust on that side of the field. Dogs get the ball back after scoring. 21-10 the score, 14:20 to go, and Georgia with all the momentum in this building right now. From the 47-yard line, our own 47. Man in motion is Branch. Handoff goes to Nate Frazier. He breaks through the first wave at the line of scrimmage into the Texas secondary. Tackled by the safety, Jelani McDonald. Wrapped him up at the 43-yard line. 10-yard gain and a 1st down for the Dogs. Scana Energy 1st down for Nate Frazier.
Kirby said we were going to be stubborn in the run game, and that stubbornness may be about to pay off. That was a huge 1st down hole for Nate Frazier.
Dogs in Texas territory at the Longhorns 43. Frazier. Handoff, delay, he takes it, now he runs on an angle to the right, and he just runs through one of the Texas defenders as Frazier, he's not overly huge, but he just ran right through Muhammad, and Spence had to help out with the tackle as Frazier got the best of that battle. Nate, 5'10", 205 from Compton, California. Ended up putting the defender on his back. He's got a little grass stain on his number 5 back there now.
Check the license plate on that Mack truck that just trucked you.
39-yard line is where the Dogs are. That was a 4-yard pickup. 2nd down and 6. Tight end comes in motion. Lines up tight to the left. We throw it to Dylan Bell on a crossing to the left side. Threw it, hit him behind the line of scrimmage on that short pass by Gunner, and Bell turns the corner and tackled down at the 29-yard line by the safety Taff. 10 yards and another 1st down for the Dogs. We move inside the Texas 30.
You got to give a lot of credit to Gunner Stockton there. That's a very difficult pass to deliver on target to allow Dylan Bell to continue his momentum running downfield. And there it is. Dylan Bell just ho-hum makes his way into the game plan for Georgia.
Dogs trying to cash in on an onside kick. Here's Frazier down the hash with a big gaping hole on the left side of the line of scrimmage, quickly to the 20-yard line, maybe back to the 20.5 before he's stopped by the safety men, Tapp and McDonald again. Now Frazier's going to get a bit of a break after a 9-yard explosion. 2nd down and less than 2 for the Dogs. Clock ticking under 12 minutes now, 4th quarter. Georgia leading by 11 and looking for more. We flip-flop the tight ends, Lucky and Delp, and now Humphrey joins them in tight formation on the right edge of the line of scrimmage. Bowen's in the backfield. Chauncey gets a carry. Runs it right guard, and not much space there, although he does get in the Massey Ferguson red zone. Dumps inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. And the Dogs pick up the first down. They'll move the sticks. Let's check in with Shock on the Attorney Ken Nugent sidelines. DJ.
Hey, fellas, looks like maybe Chauncey on the ground there.
Yeah, we definitely have a player shaking up. They're tending to him. What do you have, Shock?
Sorry about that. Yeah, after the interception that Gunner threw, a couple series ago, Coach Mark came to him, dapped him up and said, we're going to keep throwing it, stay aggressive. And you can see the anger and frustration in his voice and Gunner's face and voice, I should say. And you just knew he was going to respond, and he's responded these last two drives. So good on Gunner to drop that after that big interception.
Yeah, Stockton now 23 of 28 for 223 and 3 scores and an interception tonight. We got a timeout for an injury. Chauncey Bowens, the injured player for Georgia. 11:24 remaining in the game. Dogs 21, Texas 10. Second half tonight brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. Back to Athens after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth, Sanford Stadium. Chauncey Bowens was able to walk off the field gingerly, but right into the medical tent on the Georgia sideline. And here we go. Dogs 1st and 10 on the 19. And we'll run it straight ahead between the hash marks. Nate Frazier getting the carry. And they'll stop him at the 17-yard line. 2-yard gain by the middle of that Texas defense. Now the Longhorns have a player sitting on the turf, and that's the linebacker, Anthony Hill. Slow to get up. Here come the trainers again. Goodness. All right, they stop play again for another injury timeout. Keep it here for the moment. They're resetting the clock, says Kyle Olson, the referee. Put 4 seconds back on the clock. We remind you to take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers on the versatile BMW X3 sports activity vehicle. For more details, see your local BMW center or visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics, and BMW and Adams say go Dogs.
It's kind of a weird twist of a tackle from Anthony Hill on Nate Frazier there. Maybe just made him feel a little worse for the wear, but he was able to get up pretty quickly and hopped a little bit once he got up. So I think he'll probably take his required play off and get back in there.
Hill, coming into the game, the leading tackler this season for Texas, had 63 stops on the year. He's got 5 tonight. Taff and his linebacker mate, Ty Anthony Smith, each have 6 for the Longhorns. Georgia's leading defender, as far as tackles are concerned, is Chris Cole, who's got 5, and Cole is getting a lot more snaps since C.J. Allen is not in the ball game and was injured in the first half. It'll be 2nd down and 8 when time comes back in. Now the clock is moving, so Georgia's still huddled up. 10:36 on the clock, ticking down. We're on the Texas 17-yard line, 2nd down and 8. Gunner in the shotgun. Motion man is Bell. Gunner going to take and just run to the right with blocking. Gunner to the 12, to the 10, inside the 10, down to the 8 where he's tumbled down to the turf. And that's a first down for the Dogs. Down to the 8-yard line, a 9-yard run by Gunner Stockton. He had a ton of blocking on that side of the line there, Josh, including the tight ends.
Yeah, he sure did. Oscar Delp out there blocking for him, and also, too, Ernest Green downfield just absolutely crushed and put number 5, Malik Muhammad, on his backside again. Muhammad's had a poor drive. He's been put on his back a couple different times.
Yeah, his jersey's green, or at least the back of it is. They put the ball on the 7.5. It's goal to go for the Dogs, leading at 21-10, looking for more. Snap back to Gunner. Hand it to Frazier. Frazier into the line. Texas jamming it up. Now we're trying to move the pile. Big Gaston gets there behind and tries to drive with his 360-pound body. And they finally blow the whistle. Nate Frazier on the bottom of the pile. And we'll see where they spot the ball on the 6-yard line. Got a yard and a half or so. 2nd and goal for the Dogs. Less than 10 minutes remaining in the game. Georgia trying to tack on 7 more here, leading it 21-10.
Nate just refusing to go down, Scott, tonight. He's fought for every inch of those 46 yards he has.
Well shy of the 181 he had last week, but equally as effective. Play fake. Gunner going to keep it and roll to the right. Now throw to the end zone. Lucky wide open. Touchdown to the tight end. Lawson Lucky on the right side of the end zone. And there's that touchdown to tack on 6 more.
The threat of a running quarterback, Scott, that drew up the defense. Everybody thought that it was power O again to the right side from Gunner Stockton. Here come the linebackers. Here comes the secondary. They just leave Lawson Lucky wide open in the end zone. And, man, how much production have we gotten out of that guy over the last few weeks? My goodness, just absolutely turned it on for this Georgia offense.
He got belted last week in Starkville, had to leave the game. Got knocked out on a targeting play. That's his first catch tonight, and it's a touchdown, his 4th of the year. And that Georgia touchdown is brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. Point after try by Peyton Woodring is good. And we got a timeout in Athens. Everybody happy now with 8:53 to go, and Georgia's lead is 18. Plenty of time on the clock, but it's Georgia 28 and Texas 10. Our second half tonight brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. Back to Athens after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth, Georgia leads 28-10 now. The Dogs cash in on their tricky onside kick. They had scored the touchdown, the Gunner to London Humphreys touchdown pass of 30 yards. And then on the ensuing play, they delivered beautifully an onside kick recovered by Cash Jones, and then the Dogs proceed to go 53 yards in 9 plays in 5 minutes and 27 seconds. Gunner to Lawson Lucky for a 6-yard touchdown pass to make it 28-10. And that's the drive summary brought to you by Avocados from Mexico. Always good. That was close. It was close.
We need to start calling Coach Kirby Smart the Riverboat Gambler.
That one's been used before, hasn't it?
Yeah, we got to come up with a new one.
Woodring to kick off. To the right, Niblett in the end zone. For Texas, about 2 yards deep. And Woodring's kick towards the uprights. Middle of the field, actually to the right side. And taken by the Longhorns on the goal line. They try to return it, tripped up at the 10. And that was DeAndre Moore returning it from the near side of the field. We kicked it away from Niblett. Moore caught it on the goal line, ran towards the middle of the field between the hash marks, and it was Jaden Harris, the Miami transfer, that tripped him up at the 10-yard line. Texas in a big old giant Texas-sized hole now with 8:49 to go in the game.
Boy, Jaden absolutely flying down the field on kickoff coverage. It was just grabs a foot, grabbed anything you can. That exemplifies the grab a body part and hang on that Coach Smart talked about earlier this year.
Ball spotted out just across the 10 at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 Texas there. 28-10 Georgia in front. Arch Manning in the shotgun, back on his own 5. Here comes pressure from the outside. Ball is out. Manning got hit. Texas going to jump on it, I think, or did Georgia get the ball? Texas able to recover the fumble by Manning. He got whacked by Zayden Walker, the freshman linebacker from Ellaville, Georgia. Just ripped the ball out of his hands, just raked it right out of his right arm. It went bouncing, and Wisner, the running back, was able to fall on it and save further disaster for the Longhorns back on the 7.
Zayden Walker's emergence last week and into this week, been a huge guy coming in, playing some snaps, people injured.
Lost 7 yards on the play, or 4 yards, back to the 7. Now Manning wants to throw, pass this way at the 15, going up high as Wingo went up with one hand and off his hand and incomplete. Couldn't bring it down with one hand. Stops the clock at 8:06. The pass incomplete out around the 15-yard line. We had DeMello Jones covering on this Georgia sideline. Now it's 3rd down and 15 for the Longhorns on their own 7.
DeMello, one of those guys we're glad to have back. He's played a huge role tonight. Played very well in coverage for the Dog defense.
It is loud in the east end zone at Sanford Stadium, right in front of the student section down there. Manning in the end zone, pressure from all around him, throws a deep ball down the field and overshoots his man at the 45-yard line. That was Mosley running a go route, and Dalen Everett was right there with him step for step, and Manning's pass landed over everybody's head by about 4 or 5 yards. Long incomplete throw, and Texas will go 3 and out and have to boom it out of their own end zone now.
And just in case, Dalen Everett at the last second turned his head around. He did turn his head around and tried to find the ball so he wouldn't get one of those phantom pass interference calls.
Bowmeister to kick it out of his own end zone. Branch, the punt return man, caught at the Texas 47, to the right, to the 40, to the 35, and knocked down around the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. And Georgia will have outstanding field position, plus territory, of course, to start this possession. The officials are trying to determine where to spot it down. Looks like they'll put it on the 32-yard line. 33-yard punt, 13-yard Zachariah Branch return to the 33.
Scott, next man up mentality defensively. Zayden Walker last week made a lot of plays, but none of which showed up in the stat line. There he is tonight in a key situation, getting his name in the stat line with a forced fumble on Arch Manning.
Big play for the Dogs. They lead it 28-10, trying to get the hammers and the nails out here in the fourth quarter. Handoff, Frazier. He jitterbugs up to the line of scrimmage, lowers his shoulders and drives for a yard or two. And the tackle made by Justice Terry, a freshman from Manchester, Georgia, one of their linemen. And to the 31, perhaps, maybe he got 2. A short 2 at that. Ball just on the outside of the Texas 31. Clock moving, 7:22-21. 101 yards rushing now for the Bulldogs on the night. It took a while to get there, but we finally got to triple digits in our rushing numbers. Gunner goes under center. Bobo ready to snap it. Frazier the lone setback. Branch in motion left. Stretch to Frazier. Big hole, left tackle. Cuts off a block of Bell. Frazier inside the 20 to the 15 to the 10 and driving. And they'll bring him down right on the 10-yard line, they say. Man, he got some good blocking on that left side, especially from Dylan Bell. He cut it right off the backside of that block. Josh Brock and Frazier churning it up here in the second half.
Yeah, good job, Bobo, getting up on the linebacker at the second level. Then Dylan Bell, as you said, Scott, on the third level down the field blocking. And then, of course, Nate just finishing runs, which is what's become his forte this season. Last year, you would have never thought he'd have been as physical runner as this. He had 4 Longhorns trying to bring him to the ground down there.
21 yards and into the Massey Ferguson red zone. Dogs on the Texas 10 trying to nail this one shut. Handoff, Frazier. He cuts back at left guard, back towards the middle of the field, and is smothered around the 8-yard line, maybe the 7. Hard to tell his forward progress from back down on the far end of the field. Now Frazier getting up. He might need a blow here.
Oh, the problem is the guy that would spell him in this case, Chauncey, came off the field a little worse for wear.
Yeah, Bowens hasn't gone back in the game since he was shaken up. Frazier's going to stay out there. Ball's on the 7-yard line. 2nd and goal from the Texas 7. That was a 3-yard run for Nate. Frazier the lone setback. Oh, we give it to Bell on a jet sweep to the right. Bell tripped up at the 5, falls forward to the 4-yard line. Michael Taft just got a piece of him. He had 3 blockers on this side, but Taft darted through all those blockers, all those red shirts, and got a hand on the leg of Dylan Bell, tripped him up at the 4-yard line. The gain was 3.
Dylan Bell embodies what this team's been about, unselfish. Give me my role and let me go execute it. Comes into this game 280 yards of total purpose yards on the season, and tonight, handoff, receiving, blocking, everywhere you've seen 86 in the game plan.
3rd and goal for the Dogs on the Longhorn 4. Ball's on the near hash, driving to the east end zone. Gunner in the shotgun, Frazier to his left. And now Georgia's going to have to call a timeout. Kirby Smart got all the way down inside the 10-yard line to get the attention of the officials to call a time. 4:49 remaining. 3rd and goal when we come back. We'll take a timeout with Georgia leading Texas here, getting late in the 4th quarter. 28-10 over the Longhorns. Our second half tonight brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Visit oneffc.com to learn more. Back to Athens after this. Georgia 28, Texas 10 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Along with Josh Brock, Scott Howard with you in the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. Let's check some scores from the Modelo scoreboard. Ole Miss rallied to beat Florida 34-24. That's a final. Missouri leads in the 4th quarter over Mississippi State 35-24. Ohio State ripping UCLA without Nico Iamaleava tonight. He's not playing. 4th quarter there, 48-10. Buckeyes lead. Florida State a winner tonight over Virginia Tech 34-14. Utah walloping Baylor. They're in the 4th in Waco. It's 55-28. 3rd down for the Dogs. 3rd and goal from the 4. 3 tight ends. Josh McCray, I formation. Fake the toss. Gunner rolls to the left. Bootleg wide open to the end zone. Can he get there? You bet he can. Touchdown Gunner. He had Lucky rolling with him out to the left. He just cut back inside the Texas defender. It may have been Taft, and a 4-yard run right into the end zone for the score.
Scott, if there's ever been a formation that tells another team, you're not on my level, Georgia just gave it to Texas. You had Josh McCray at fullback. You had Nate Frazier at tailback. We came out in I formation with 3 tight ends in the game. Not a single wide receiver in the formation. Touchdown Dogs. Go home, Longhorns.
They're about to in 4 minutes and 43 seconds. Point after try by Peyton Woodring on the way. Snap back, hold by Gunner, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Another extra point converted by Peyton Woodring, and another Georgia touchdown brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. 35-10 now, Georgia by 25 points with 4:43 remaining. Gunner Stockton a 4-yard touchdown run, and that is his first rushing touchdown of the evening. And for the season now, Gunner's racking up the rushing touchdowns. In fact, he leads the team in that department. That's his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. The scoring drive, 33 yards and 5 plays. 3 minutes and 6 seconds it took for Gunner to finish it off with that 4-yard run. That's the drive summary brought to you by Avocados from Mexico. Always bien. Peyton Woodring to kick it away for the Dogs, left to right. And we're smoking up Sanford Stadium with all the fireworks after every score tonight. Smoke hovering high above the stadium. Woodring's kick, fair catch called for at the 1 by Texas. And that was Moore that made the fair catch. They'll take the ball on the 25-yard line. Piedmont Healthcare offers you exceptional hassle-free care closer to home. Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of UGA Athletics. Dogs with a 25-point lead. The defense has just stymied Texas tonight. Longhorns with 206 yards of offense, only 19 rushing yards. The Dogs' rushing attack has really amplified here in the 4th quarter. We're under 100 yards for most of the game, and now at 132 for the game. Not a great number, but certainly effective as the Dogs are putting the game away. Texas will throw. Manning to Moore. DeAndre Moore on this near side. He gets to the sideline, and from the 25, he goes to the 34-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds by the linebacker Justin Williams. 9-yard gain to the 34. Texas going with tempo now. Manning bounces in the pocket, throws on a short slant from the right side. Here comes a flag out of the Georgia secondary. And that pass completed to Jack Indries, the tight end. Penalty coming against the Dogs here. Let's see what the call is.
And the initial indication is pass interference on Georgia.
pass interference, defense, number 9. That penalty's declined. Result of play is first down.
So they'll take the catch as Injuries goes to the sideline, by the way. I'm not sure if he's injured or not, but he was kind of hobbling when he went to the sideline. Texas football on their own 41-yard line. There's a 7-yard pass to the tight end for the first down. Ball's between the hash marks. Texas trying to move to our left. And now there's the snap to Manning. Deep ball near sideline, man coverage, and he overshoots his man by 5 yards. Zion Branch in coverage. Emmett Mosley was the guy streaking down the sideline. Dalen Everett was the guy that was covering him till the safety. Branch got over there. And Manning just threw it over everybody's head.
And Dalen ran step for step with Mosley down the sideline. That was beautiful coverage. Used his body to force him and body him out of bounds. And, of course, as you said, Scott, Manning is way off target.
The incomplete pass stops the clock at 4:14. Now they snap it and go. Manning avoids the rush, now rolling to his left. And the pass, close to being intercepted on the Georgia sideline by Everett. He missed his target, trying to find the tight end, Jordan Washington, right around midfield. And the pass is incomplete.
I'm laughing. Dalen immediately put his hands on his head because he was going to deliver the blow. That lets you know his mentality. If he wasn't so worried about hitting the receiver hard, he would have had an easy interception.
Harris and Williams had good pressure on Arch Manning that time. So it's 3rd and 10 for the Longhorns with 4:08 remaining. Manning slings it out to the right flat, and it's bobbled and dropped by the running back, C.J. Baxter, the sophomore from Orlando, Florida. Was wide open at the 40 on the far side of the field and just juggled that pass and dropped it incomplete. Gabe Harris shooting upfield again to get pressure on Arch Manning. He's having to adjust that arm angle a lot and bring that baby down and throw it sidearm a lot because Georgia's getting some pretty good pressure on it.
He is, and what I love about this is Jaden Harris, Rayshawn Dinkins, Zion Branch, Zayden Walker. I mean, 3rd and 4th level guys in there playing great defense for Georgia.
4:03 to go in the game. Clock stopped again with another incomplete pass. Manning with the snap in the shotgun. Time in the pocket. This time he'll throw and find his target on the far side, DeAndre Moore, who was being covered by Ellis Robinson. But the pass is caught and out of bounds at the Georgia 47-yard line. That's a gain of 12 and a first down for the Longhorns. They move quickly, work just north of the big G logo, middle of the field. Manning will throw it quickly down the hash at the 35. The ball is maybe caught and then ripped away. Georgia's picked up the ball. Now they're saying, yeah, that's a turnover. Parker Livingston fumbled the football.
First down, Georgia.
And it's been recovered by Dalen Everett.
Dalen Everett forced it and recovered it. He came through and punched the ball out, pulled that thing out.
That's going to be overturned on review, I would imagine. It looked like Livingston had his seat on the ground when the ball was ripped away. That should be Texas football. I'm just playing by the rules, man.
The ruling on the field of a fumble is under video review.
Kyle Olson, the referee, says they'll take a look at it. The play is under review. Brought to you by Pruitt Health, where family makes us stronger. Proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So they'll trot back to the 15-yard line in the east end of the field. And he was clearly on the ground when that ball was ripped out.
He was, but what's great, and people keep trying to understand, what's going to be the makeup of this Georgia team. Why are they so resilient? Why are they such a team that plays with passion, plays with fire, and plays with energy? That's because their head coach, up 25, is absolutely ripping a new one to his secondary on the sidelines. Then coaching up at this point in time in the game just as hard as he was on the very first snap. And I've been watching him, just keeping my eyes on him for the last 5 or 10 minutes. And this is purposeful, him putting these young guys in this situation. He can easily let his other guy, let the older guys, let the starters.
The receiver's right knee was down prior to losing possession of the ball. It'll be first down at the 34-yard line.
And that's what we thought. Scott, you were right. And our monitor showed us that to begin with. But everybody keeps trying to figure this out. And, man, their coach coaches with such passion, such fire, such energy. And it is on purpose putting these young guys in this situation.
Well, the situation they're in now is 1st and 10 for Texas on the Georgia 34 with 3:37 to go. 35-10, Georgia in front. Longhorns trying to move for some late points. Manning in the pocket, moves up in the pocket, dumps it off to his right. It's caught by Baxter, the back, and he's surrounded by red shirts immediately. Chris Cole leading the way. Justin Williams, the other linebacker, make the stop. The gain is 1. It's 2nd and 9 from the 33. Texas going fast. Manning in the pocket all alone. Quick throw over the middle on a crossing route. Caught by DeAndre Moore as he touches the 15-yard line. That's where he's tackled by Zion Branch, the safety. Junior from Las Vegas, Nevada. And the Longhorns will move the sticks. 18 yards on the pass play. And Texas ready to go from the Georgia 15 now, but the official is holding play up. Now he's going to turn him loose, it sounds like.
Josh Horton came out of the game, lost his helmet on the previous play.
1st and 10, Texas on the Georgia 15-yard line. They're moving late. Manning, nowhere to go right. Looks back to the left and just chunks it away. Throws it away from Baxter, was a receiver on this near side, down around the numbers at the 10-yard line. He just one-armed it over to about the 6 as it skips out of bounds. Kind of an awkward-looking throw by the sophomore Arch Manning. But he dumps it away. 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with 2:56 to go in the game. Dogs doing a little clock watching here. 35-10 is the lead for Georgia. 2nd and 10 from the Dogs' 15-yard line. Here comes pressure. Manning off his back foot, chunks it. It's caught by Wingo at the 11. He stumbles laterally this way and is tripped up at the 11 by Rayshawn Dinkins, the freshman from Warner Robins. They put the ball down on the 11, a 4-yard gain. 3rd down and 6 for the Horns. Ball's on the near hash. Texas moving to our left. Manning will sling it into the end zone. Almost intercepted near the back line by Zion Branch. It hit him in the hands, it looked like. Trying to go to Ryan Wingo, who has a load of catches tonight for the Longhorns, but not right there. The pass is incomplete off the body of Branch.
Wingo fell down between the G, top of the G and the E in the back of the end zone on the Sanford Bridge side. Zion Branch almost had an interception right there, too.
He did. Probably should have. 2:31 remaining. 4th down for the Longhorns. 4th and 6 on the Georgia 11. Moore goes in motion, a slow trot to the right. One back in the backfield with Manning. Claps his hands, drops back. Here comes pressure from all directions. He just throws it into the right corner of the end zone. It lands uncaught near the back pylon, and the ball goes over on downs. The Dogs will take over at the Texas 11, or at the Dogs 11-yard line, and that should be that with 2:26 to go in the game.
Rayshawn Dinkins, Gabe Harris, also to Chris Cole, the triumvirate there that absolutely tried to crush Arch Manning on what may have been their last offensive play of the game.
Dogs with the offense back out there, and probably a lot of changes on the offensive side too for the Bulldogs. Ryan Puglisi will be the new quarterback. He'll go up under center. And Dwight Phillips in the backfield. Hand off to Dwight. Phillips tackled at the line of scrimmage and stopped for no gain. Maybe lost. Yeah, he lost about a yard back to the 10. Justice Terry, a freshman lineman from the state of Georgia, made the stop for the 1-yard loss. And that'll take us down to the 2-minute timeout here in this huge buildup of a game that Georgia is running away with. 35-10, the Dogs laying a thick one on Texas tonight as we reach the 2-minute timeout here in the 4th quarter. So a break here at Sanford Stadium. All Dogs all night long, or at least here in the 4th quarter. Our second half is brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Go see the friendly Franklin folks at one of our convenient Georgia locations. Back after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Back here in Athens for the final 2 minutes. Georgia, an impressive victory on the way tonight, leading by 25 here with 120 seconds to go. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification, Bulldogs Sports Network. How about winning the fourth quarter for the Bulldogs? Let's take a look at the recap here in the fourth, presented by Ag South, Ag Georgia, Southwest Georgia Farm Credit, loans for land and farms. The Dogs, 21 fourth quarter points, nothing for Texas. The Dogs have put up 122 yards of offense, 60 for the Longhorns, -4 rushing for Texas here in the last period. Georgia rushed for 70, has passed for 52. Texas has thrown for 64 yards. The Dogs have a 30-yard touchdown pass to London Humphreys, a 6-yard throw to Lawson Lucky, and a 4-yard touchdown run by Gunnar Stockton, and an onside kick recovery as the Dogs on 2nd and 11 from their 10-yard line run it straight ahead with Roderick Robinson, who that's his first carry of the season. He's been fighting injury, well, most of his Georgia career, actually, but big number 0 gets his first catch of the season, the redshirt sophomore from San Diego, California. To the 12 he went for a 2-yard gain. So it's 3rd down now, 3rd down and 9. Dogs letting the clock tick away. 1:20 to play here in Athens tonight. Robinson next to Puglisi. Handoff, Robinson. Texas charge in. He tried to stiff arm. They grab his leg and pitch him to the turf. That's Justice Terry, who's made a lot of tackles here in the second half for the Longhorns from Manchester, Georgia. And the loss is back to the 6.5. He lost about 5 or 6 or so. And it's going to be 4th down for the Dogs. Clock ticks under a minute remaining.
When Terry gets up and celebrates by shaking his head, no, I guess he forgets that they're down 25.
Yeah. Well, I didn't look at the scoreboard, Coach. 40 seconds to go. And here's Brett Thorson on to punt it again. He's about 3 yards inside the back line of the end zone, right under the goalpost to take the snap here from Bo Gardner. Snap it back. Kick is away. Low line drive. Beautiful spiral, though. Going to check up at the Texas 42-yard line near the sideline, the near sideline, and out of bounds right there about the 43. Took a smidge of a Texas bounce and out of bounds at the Longhorn 43-yard line with 21 seconds to go in the game.
Thorson can take some communication because after being strongly communicated to after his last punt by Kirby Smart, put a little bit of mustard behind that one.
Yeah, 51-yarder, his best punt of the night. No return. Texas football on their 44-yard line with 21 seconds to play in the game. 35-10, the Dogs with a dominant performance once again in the fourth quarter. Arch Manning in the shotgun. They snap it to him. He will hand it off. And Texas just final play perhaps. Still can't get the guy down at the 47-yard line, and now they finally do, and that will be the last play of the game. And that final run was by C.J. Baxter for not a lot there, and the clock will hit 0, and the Dogs have defeated Texas here in Athens tonight in front of another sellout crowd, 35-10. The Dogs with an impressive second half and a dominating fourth quarter. 21 points in the fourth quarters. The Dogs pulled away in a tight game to win this one convincingly tonight. So Georgia now 9-1, and they finish up the SEC regular season with another victory tonight. Only the one loss, 7-1 in the Southeastern Conference tonight. Charlotte awaits next week, an earlier start than tonight, 12:45. I think the official kick time will be 12:47 next Saturday here between the hedges. So 2 non-conference games to go in the regular season for the Bulldogs, and Georgia well on its way to a playoff appearance. At least cross your fingers, we hope so. 35-10, the final tonight. Georgia defeats the Texas Longhorns, who dropped to 7-3 for the year and now 4-2 in the Southeastern Conference. Dogs a winner. Stay with us. We've got our post-game coverage straight ahead. We'll hear from the coach with DJ Shockley in the locker room in just a little bit, and we'll recap this one for you. Hondo's standing by. He's waiting to bring you the post-game coverage as we get that started right after this. Final again, Georgia 35, Texas 10 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The Locker Room Show presented by Regions and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. DJ Shockley's interview with Coach Smart brought to you by Nature's Own Perfectly Crafted Buns, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Make game day delicious, and it was delicious today here in Athens. 35-10, Shock, take it away.
Coach, man, first off, sitting in the office, President Moorhead's over there. He's pretty hyped. He's excited about everything that happened. That's why he's all smiles over there. But
he said he's excited I went for it on fourth down. He's worried the crowd was going to keep booing me.
Let's get into it. First off, talk about some of the big plays in this game. The fourth down call, the onside kick. Just what went into the onside kick first off, because that was, I think, a moment in the game where it could have went one way or the other, but you guys came up, made a big play on it.
Well, it made the decision for us. There was a couple things working there. We 21-10, we just take the lead. It's 11-point game. So I'm looking at it. We got a best returner probably in the country back there. And if you kick it to him, there's a chance he houses it. There's a chance he gets to the 50-yard line. We felt like we had about an 80% chance on the onside and based on our rate. And we thought it was there. We worked it. We prepared for it. And the hardest thing to do is call that call after a scored touchdown, because you could theoretically lose momentum. But it was executed well by two players that on Monday in 20-degree weather and 20-mile-an-hour winds, they were out there practicing it.
Man, you got it done. There's nothing like a 25-point win at home versus a top 10 opponent to make you feel pretty good about, especially this weekend, the hard work you guys put in. Let's start on the defense side, holding that offense to 23 yards rushing. I think they were 2 of 12 on third down. You got some pressure on them. Arch was running around a little bit for his life a little bit. Just take me through the process of you guys in this ball game, and how you got after that offense.
Yeah, I thought Schumann did a great job, great defensive plan. He trusted his plan, executed the plan. Mike, they did a tremendous job offensively, scoring. First couple possessions, went stale there for a little bit, but that's a really good defense. So I was just proud of the coaching staff. I thought that was a tremendous job by both offense and defensive staffs to execute at a high level against a really quality team.
What was key tonight to get some pressure on their quarterback? Obviously, that's been a topic of conversation all year long, is getting to the quarterback, but you guys found a way to get pressure on him and move him off his spot. What was key to that tonight?
Well, number one, we had a lead. Number two, we stopped the run. If you stop the run and take a lead, you get in passing situations. We felt like we could rush the passer once we controlled the run game, and we were able to do that. And that's a big part of who we are. We work on first and second down to get to third and long, and we've always done a rush the passer. I don't worry about what other people say. It's a matter of getting an opportunity to do that. And once you get a lead in games, which we haven't had a lot, you can rush the passer.
Coach, appreciate it. Give you a little time, and we'll be right back. Back to you, Hondo.
All right, thank you, Shock. Thank you, Coach. We'll give him a little bit of time is right. Coach Smart's Player of the Game is presented by Primerica. Primerica, the only company positioned to make the maximum impact on Main Street families, and we're going to go with Gunnar Stockton for that one, too. Not a hard pick for us to pick that Player of the Game. All right, we'll come back with more with Shock and the Coach, and then Dog Talk postgame with Kevin Butler, Jeff Dantzler coming up. They'll take your calls and talk to you till 2 in the morning, till they're blue in the face to talk about these dogs. 35-10 winners today over 10th-ranked Texas. The Locker Room Show is presented by Regions and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Back in 2 minutes on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Good light beer, proudly made right here in Athens, Georgia. It's not game day without a Creature Comforts Classic City Light. Available at your favorite retailers. One hometown, one team. Go Dogs! Sip 'em. Creature Comforts Brewing Company. Good dogs drink responsibly.
Welcome back to a very happy Sanford Stadium down on Dooley Field right now. Lots of the players and their families still milling about and enjoying the 35-10 win tonight over Texas. DJ Shockley's interview with Coach Smart is brought to you by Nature's Own Perfectly Crafted Buns, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Make game day delicious. You've got the Locker Room Show presented by Regions and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. And let's go back down to Shock and CKS. DJ?
Coach, before we left, you talked about the offense and how so much success they had, but just your quarterback continues to play at a high level. But I want to go to the point of, obviously, throw interception, but then comes back and two touchdown passes after that. Just ran another one. What can you say about your man Gunner and the way he played in another big-time ball game?
Baller, man. Just a baller. He's a winner. He's tough. He and Mike make a great pair. Mike is getting more and more comfortable with him. Aggressive, trusting, good decision maker. Plays with his legs, redirects protections, puts us in the right runs. I mean, he's operating at an 80-90% success rate on decision making, and when you do that with good players, you're going to be pretty successful. And I thought Mike and they executed really well on offense tonight.
You had a couple fourth down calls that you actually went for. Does what you just talked about give you more confidence to say, hey, let's go for it in those situations when you could easily just punt and say, hey, I'm going to let my defense play?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're playing well on offense right now, and as long as they continue to execute at a high level and do good things, we got to trust them to go get a yard or two, and that was a tough call because it was actually shorter, and we backed it up by getting it reviewed and made it longer, and then decided to go for it. The review probably helped us go for it.
What do you say about the big boys up front? Looks like obviously having guys healthy is a big deal, but those guys really changed the line of scrimmage and played physical up front and tune of 100-plus yard rushing, but just late in the ball game leaning on that front that was pretty good, that didn't allow a lot of teams to really run the football all year, but you did tonight.
Yeah, no, tremendous job. Searles and them put together a run package and backs to trust it and run physical. Really proud of those guys, and physicality prevails in this league always.
Coach, that other phase, we talked about this earlier in the week. I asked you about it on Monday, about that third phase, and that usually wins a lot of ball games. Talked about obviously the onside kick, but Peyton, his ability to put him through, and Zach Branch had a nice return. Just how much of that phase been critical for you guys' success? Yeah,
I thought we had a great return out of Zach to get a great second half start, but it didn't pay off for us. And then I thought he had a couple good punt returns tonight. There's still more out there on these punt returns. I'm so frustrated. We should be leading the country in punt returns, but we didn't hit on some of them, but we got positive yardage, and we played well in teams, and that's important.
Coach, congrats on a 25-point win at home. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Thank you, Coach. That's a post-game interview with head coach Kirby Smart. Back to you, Hondo.
All right, thank you, Shock. Time now for Toyota Going Places. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore setoyota.com today. Take advantage of the deals on their full line of vehicles. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. One more game between the hedges this year, at least as far as the regular season is concerned. Next week, the Charlotte 49ers make the trek to Athens. Our broadcast begins at 8:45 a.m. with kickoff set for 12:45 Saturday afternoon. That'll be a whole lot of fun as the Dogs wrap up the home season. But we wrap up tonight with a 35-10 win and a 9-1 record. Close out the SEC season with a 7-1 record. Scott and Josh, final thoughts.
Charlotte, by the way, 1-9. They lost their game to Texas San Antonio today.
Man, and I had Texas San Antonio.
Just another terrific performance by the Dogs in the fourth quarter. We're rolling them sevens tonight, baby. The way the Dogs play in the final 15 minutes has just been astounding all season long. Yeah. I don't know of too many fourth quarters that we haven't won this season, and tonight was a perfect example of why you win the fourth quarter and what happens when you do, as Georgia scores 21 in the final period and wins the game impressively. And next week will be interesting from the standpoint that Charlotte is a team that's going to be completely outmanned, and how Georgia addresses that this week with their preparation with Tech following the next week. It'll be interesting to see next Saturday afternoon when we're here in the daylight for an earlier start. So, hopefully a good week of work. Tonight was very productive in the final 15 minutes. Another impressive win by one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah, we've started playing well in the early parts of the game. You know, the way we finished fourth quarters, the way that you pointed out, Scott, and you're right. I would bet to say we haven't lost any of them. Maybe one that comes to mind that we would have lost the fourth quarter on. I think it was Kentucky, actually, oddly enough, that we lost the fourth quarter. But we're starting to win first quarters, too. And that means that we're starting fast. I know everybody hates to say that, but we finally are doing that. And this team is just they're coming together, playing well. Next man up, whoever gets injured or whoever has to come out for a snap or two, the next person comes in and there's no drop off. That's a testament to coaching and preparation and all the work that the guys are putting in to be able to come out here and perform on Saturdays. But you know, to me, when you look at this team, and next week we get to celebrate this senior class and the leadership that they've provided and the emphasis that they put on doing everything with excellence and having a standard, you're seeing that come through every snap, every game, and that's going to be fun to watch, and hopefully we get to do a lot more of these this year.
Zachariah Branch moving up in the milestone category. 6 catches today. That gives him 59 for his career, or for the season. For the career. Oh, more than top 10. He's now in the top 3.
Top 3? Yeah.
Yes, top 3, tied for most receptions in a season with Dominic Lovett from 2024, Terrence Edwards in 2002, your teammate. You were on that team, of course. Bryce Hunter in 1994. 4 more, he catches Brock Bowers for second place.
Wow.
Brock had 63 in 2022, and Bryce Hunter was 76 in 1993, the all-timer for Zach. All right, gentlemen. Gunnar Stockton tonight, 4 passing touchdowns, 1 running touchdown. Georgia wins it. Texas, first ever visit to Athens, Georgia, came in with a 4-game winning streak, leaves with a 35-10 head-hanging defeat to the Bulldogs, who have now won 6 straight. Saturday night in Athens, feeling good, feeling right. It's Saturday night, and we have plenty more to come on the network as Dog Talk postgame with Bulldogs Encyclopedia Jeff Dantzler and Hall of Fame kicker Kevin Butler is next. The Locker Room Show has been presented by Regions and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Thank you to our producer-engineer, the Road Dog, Adam Gillespie, our studio producer, Talik Pratt. Chris Schiavone is my co-spotter. For our play-by-play team of Scott Howard, Josh Brock, and DJ Shockley, this is Neil Hondo Williamson. Once again, our final score from Dooley Field at Sanford Stadium. 5th-ranked Georgia topples 10th-ranked Texas, 35-10. God bless you, good night, and go Dogs!
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, you've been listening to Georgia Football. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by Zaxby's, Who's Got the Sauce? Truett Health, Family Makes Us Stronger, Modelo Especial, the official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. For 21 and up only, please drink responsibly. Kroger, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia's own credit union. Banking on purpose. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. We never drop the ball. Presented by Napa Auto Parts, America's largest network of parts and care. Southeast Mortgage, the official home loan lender of the Georgia Bulldogs. Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Drive sober so you won't get pulled over. Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Dogs. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. By Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. Sponsored by Aetna Medicare. Medicare annual enrollment ends December 7th. And by Hotel Indigo, Athens' only downtown boutique hotel. The proceeding has been a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield and JMI Sports.